Episode 2 of The Perfect Couple begins with Amelia spotting Tag's bracelet on Merritt's wrist and learning that they are having an affair. Amelia is upset and screams at her, but the fireworks go off and it's the night of the rehearsal dinner. The next day, the cops find Tag's canoe out in the sea. They bring it back and wonder if Merritt could have flipped and drowned. However, they find a man's jacket and Merritt's phone in the water. Detective Henry heads inside and questions Abby, who is difficult to read as she's sweet but also pretty sarcastic. She pretends to be relatable, but in the same breath points out that she's richer than Henry. As for her whereabouts, she claims that she was asleep early while Merritt and Thomas were part of the late night crew. When asked about Shooter, Abby comments that Merritt was promiscuous. Greer is more upset that the death has overshadowed her interviews and is busy cancelling them. Broderick Graham has also been calling her since the day of the rehearsal, but she seems to be avoiding him. The caterer shows and she sends Thomas to deal with it, and he is brash and unruly. During the flash forward interrogations, the suspects all claim that Thomas is a brat. Back in the present timeline though, Abby is going through the wedding gifts and taking whatever she fancies. Will has hurt his hand though, but he deflects when Thomas notices. Amelia comes home from the station and the Wimberys all surround her and give their condolences. However, she goes and cries to her mum, who is out of it because of her pills. Henry and Chief Carr are going through Merritt's room when Tag shows up with coffee and contaminates the crime scene. He insists that her death is an accidental drowning and Carter agrees with him. This annoys Henry though, who declares that they shouldn't leave out the possibility that a disgruntled suitor could have killed Merritt. After Tag leaves, she reprimands Carter, who reveals that his being a mooch is an act and they need to be careful or the rich locals will destroy them. Meanwhile, Amelia interrupts a family meeting where the Wimberys are planning on releasing a statement that Merritt may have killed herself. Amelia is shocked and Greer insists that they just need to get ahead of the press since they're an influential family. To make matters worse, Benji shows up with an NDA and forces Amelia to sign it. He claims that it's just a precaution, but she is upset with him. We also see that Shooter's room is next to Merritt's and he tries to call someone. He then takes his passport and runs off. At the same time, the cops learn that his fingerprints are on Merritt's phone. They catch him just as he tries to get on a ferry to get off the island. Elsewhere, Thomas hooks up with Isabel and seems to be in love with her. But she is only sleeping with him for the drugs he provides, and he gets upset that no one is taking him seriously. He heads home to see Abby packing up. She claims that she has spoken to the cops and she is going away to get her usual hair treatment. They bicker over it though, as she refuses to poison their unborn daughter, and he doesn't look too happy about that possible gender reveal. As for our perfect couple, Roger tells the cops that Tag is not interested in Greer and they have a marriage of convenience. At present, Tag hopes all the sordid events become a distant memory and Greer looks angry. He later offers her a drink and a canoe ride, but she refuses. He does clean up after himself as she calls him out for being messy. That night, Amelia is hanging around Merritt's room and then the kitchen when Tag spots her. He hopes that things won't be awkward and says Merritt was special. This angers her and she tells the cops about Merritt and Tag's affair. They let her know that there may also be some struggle involved, which rules out an accident, but they notice that she is hiding something else, and in a flashback we see that Merritt is pregnant with Tag's child. Greer recalls seeing Tag's bracelet on Merritt's wrist when she arrived for the rehearsal dinner. And in a voiceover, we hear Greer screaming at Tag, which is where episode 2 comes to an ominous end. Did anyone else get serious Ready or Not vibes from this Netflix show? Especially Benji, who is coming off as a groom in that movie, who seems to be on his girl's side until he chooses his family in the end. Benji is certainly not winning any points here with that NDA. Anyway, back to episode 2, and I guess we were right about Tag having an affair with Merritt after all. This switches up the suspects list as Greer becomes the #1 prime suspect, but it seems doubtful she would dirty her hands, more likely that she's probably paid someone to do it for her. This is where Nicole Kidman shines, as she plays the evil rich matriarch with such nuance that we have to dissect everything that she does and does not say. We also had hopes for former child star Dakota Fanning, but she isn't much doing as a snarky Abby. We'd seen this from her recent Netflix gig Ripley as well, but since it's still early in the show, hopefully we can hold out hope that it will label her transformation as a glorified extra into something, well, extra. Thanks for watching, and do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like or subscribe to the channel, your support is very much appreciated. I'm Greg Wheeler, and from all of us over here at The Review Geek, we'll see you on the next video.